What's up, my good people, man? Welcome to another episode of the Hova Report, man. I told y'all I was gonna give y'all another episode this week. I'm here. We here. Got a few stories. Got a few stories that happened right after I got off stream last time, which was what, a couple days ago, Tuesday. Um, yeah. So bringing that here for y'all, man. Today is the last day of mandatory minicamp. So the next time we'll see everybody is training camp, which will be happening. Let me see. Y'all give me a second. Mid to late July. So that's when we'll see teams practicing and stuff. We'll start seeing teams get ready for preseason. Once we get preseason cracking, man, that's it. That's it. I'm trying to see if I'm multi-streaming. I see I got a couple viewers. What I'm on. Whatever you watching from, let me know where you watching at. Whether you on Kick or you on YouTube. Let me know. Let me know. I got a few people falling up in here. Let's see. Nope. That ain't about to work. Okay, I need to see the chat move before I get into this content. Let me see the chat move. Let somebody say what's up. I'm pretty sure as we go. It's going to be a quick stream too as well because it ain't that many stories, but something to keep y'all updated on if you've been, too busy to tap in with ESPN or whatever you get your football resources from outside of here. I don't know what's up with my chat. Chat, y'all there? All right, well, we're going to keep this train moving now. Nobody saying nothing. Guess people want to be in the shadows. All right. Cool. Here we go. The Broncos are signing former Ravens and Chargers running back J.K. Dobbins to a 1-year, $5.25 million deal. Dobbins is 26, heads to Denver after a productive 2024 season in which he rushed for a career high 905 yards on 195 carries, 4.6 yards per carry, 9 touchdowns with 32 catches for 153 yards receiving. Shout out to the Broncos, man. Broncos just trying to shore up. He must have had some good games against the Broncos last season. So therefore, they went on ahead and went to go get him. Played in that division with the Chargers last year. Had his best year so far. What did I say? Excuse me, y'all. I want to say he was injured for a couple games last year, but nothing like the years prior to where his season was ended with, ACL injuries, Achilles injuries. and stuff like that. So shout out J.K. Dobbins for getting picked up one more time. Damn, 26. He's 26 already, y'all. Last year was his first full season without, being injured significantly. Packers wide receiver Bo Melton took reps at cornerback due to the lack of depth at the position. The Packers' solution at cornerback is Bo Melton. He's out working with the cornerback group with Micah Robinson, Caitlin King out today. With the release of Jair, cornerback is very thin. Cornerback is very thin, and that wide receiver group is oversaturated over there in Green Bay. I mean, you got Bo Melton, you got Romeo Doubs, you got Christian Watson, you got Matthew Golden that they picked with their first round pick this year. They also got Mecole Hardman. What other receivers they got? They got a couple more receivers over there. That wide receiver room is oversaturated. Cornerback room is looking thin. They need to go get, I don't even know why they cut Jair Alexander. Sorry, y'all, I'm just waking up. Yeah, they need to go ahead and go get them some cornerbacks ASAP. I want to say Rasul Butler is still out there. He played for the Packers before. But, hey, at this time, you need to go ahead and get some depth, man. Because with those receivers that they got over there in Detroit, Chicago, Minnesota, you can't be playing no dudes like Bo Melton on no Justin Jefferson. Look, this look crazy. All of a sudden, he ain't got no hands. He a wide receiver. Shout out to Bo Melton, though. I like Bo Melton as a wide receiver. Aaron Rodgers conversation.
So weird and distorted that we're being fed takes like this on ESPN.
How good is Aaron Rodgers going to be in Pittsburgh this year? First guess, D. Wood.
Just a guy.
Now, if you want to get weird with Rodgers off the field takes, that's fine. I'll probably agree with you, but that clip is from yesterday, and the point Woody goes on to make is completely untrue. He says Brady is the only QB to play well into his 40s. Meanwhile, Favre and Breeze both won a division title in their 40s. Let's zoom out, though. If we actually want to project how Rodgers will look this year, we have to go back to the second half of last year. I think that's fair considering it was his first season back from an Achilles surgery. In the final 7 games, something flipped. Aaron threw for 13 TDs and just 4 interceptions. Look at this throw in week 16.
Pop?
It's play action, Jarvis Smith loves. He throws on the run over 2 defenders to the back of the end zone for a TD. Rodgers was playing the type of football that the Steelers have been lacking since Ben tore his elbow. Now, it still wasn't the MVP stat line that he put up in Green Bay, but that's fine. There's a reason he's making less than Daniel Jones this year. Aaron not only understands his best days are behind him, but he understands that to be successful in the NFL, you don't need to be in the MVP conversation. Like 95% of QBs, Aaron needs help. The Steelers are in a good position to do it. Their top 5 cap hits are all defensive players, and their last 3 drafts have been all about building in the trenches and developing a run game. If key players in these units like Broderick Jones, Troy Fautanu, and Caleb Johnson can step up this year, and Aaron can play like he did in the second half of last season, he won't be just a guy. He'll be a guy competing with Baltimore and Cincinnati for a division title. I'm Fred Michael-Smith, and that's my take.
My take on that. Aaron Rodgers did play, fairly well last year, the second half of last year. But it was a little too late. They stunk up the joint most of the season. It was just hell over there in New York. I feel like this year, with him reporting to mandatory minicamp, with this team, a new look, a better team, just as good of a defense as New York. Offense, I think he had better weapons over there in New York. But this guy got him 2 solid tight ends. DK Metcalf. They drafted a running back. I seen reports that Calvin Austin is going to be wide receiver too. I feel like they need to go get him a couple more receivers. I know they did draft a receiver last year that didn't play, so we got to see what he's about. I think one more receiver would do him well just to make him be comfortable. But at the end of the day, this is Aaron Rodgers, man. Aaron Rodgers gonna make what he have look good, period, if he can still play at the level that we know Aaron Rodgers can play at. Just remember, this guy was just the MVP a few years ago. You know, before he went to New York, he was just the MVP. So we shall see, man. We definitely shall see what's going on. I guess this video not popping up over here. And if you seen my thumbnail, this right here is crazy. Stewart calls out Bengals. This guy is going at it with this team. Bengals first round pick. Bengals first round pick. Defensive end Shamar Stewart called out team front office for the way they handled his and Trey Hendrickson contract disputes. I'm 100% right. I'm not asking for nothing the Bengals have never done before. But in y'all case, y'all just want to win arguments more than y'all want to win games. Stewart said, in Trey's case, it should be a no-brainer. He led the league with 17.5 sacks, 2 years back-to-back. If I was the GM, if I was the owner, take all my money. I guess they don't operate like that. Stewart, the 17th pick of this year's draft, has extended his off-field holdout to Minicamp as he seeks specific language in his contract. The sides are clearly not in a good place right now.
But technically he's still 1% wrong for being under contract. So in my case, I'm 100% right, so it should be a no-brainer. And in Trey's case, I think it should be a no-brainer too. I mean, he led 17.5 sacks for 2 years back-to-back. If I was the GM or I was the owner, take all my money. But I guess they don't operate like that. But
man, dysfunction over there in Cincinnati, man. We knew in Trey Hendrickson case, it was gonna be some shit because they went offense and paid Jamar Chase, him being the highest paid wide receiver. Then T. Higgins, they kept T. Higgins so they can keep that trio together with Joe Burrow. So we knew they didn't have no money to bring back Trey Hendrickson, but then when us and other teams was calling to get a trade, they was asking for too much. They was asking for a first-round pick, second-round pick. Too much when teams knew they didn't even have the funds to even re-sign this guy. Now look, you cut Sam Hubbard to where he ultimately retires, so he's not coming back through those doors. You didn't have the money to pay Trey Hendrickson. We knew that already. So you go ahead and draft a DN to replace Sam Hubbard, and one day will take over Trey Hendrickson's spot, and you don't even have the funds to pay this guy, your first-round draft pick? This is crazy. And I want to know what type of language they're talking about in his contract, because I keep hearing a specific language that he doesn't agree with. And I want to know what it is. He's not saying what it is. The team's not saying what it is. Somebody got to make sense of this, because right now this shit look crazy. And this is my thumbnail right here. Stewart could sit out and re-enter the 2026 NFL draft. That's crazy. Bengals first round DN Shemar Stewart can sit out the 2025 season and re-enter the 2026 draft amid his contract dispute. Stewart, who left mandatory minicamp today with no progress made in negotiations, is holding out because the Bengals want to include language allowing them to avoid guaranteed money if he's released during his rookie deal. Under the collective bargaining agreement, Stewart can remain unsigned beyond the November 11th deadline, sit out the entire 2025 season, and re-enter the 2026 draft. In this case, Stewart could be selected by any team other than the Bengals. Wow. Never heard this before. Oh, what the hell happened? Sorry about that, y'all. Never heard of this before. Stewart, 21, can also request a trade, but the deadline is August 5th. After that, Stewart can't be traded by the team, by the Bengals at all in 2025, whether he signs or doesn't sign. Bengals head coach Zach Taylor wouldn't commit to Stewart being on the field for training camp, simply stating, "I'm not going to make any predictions." The Bengals selected Stewart with the 17th pick of April's draft, but there's a chance he may not play a single snap for the franchise. This right here is crazy, y'all. This is crazy. Let me look up Shemar Stewart's stats last season. So last year at Texas A&M, this dude had, not even last year. 4.5 sacks in 37 games? Whoa. Am I reading this right? Yes, 3 seasons, 37 games, 4.5 sacks. He averaged 1.5 sack per year. Led the team in QB hurries with 7 last year. Tackles for loss, he was top 5 in the team with 5.5. This dude average anyway. I guess he's just an athletic freak. Like, he runs a 4.5 at defensive end. But he ain't even productive like that in his college career. So we got to see what this language is that they talking about, man. Because he not feeling it. They not budging. This right here is crazy, though, for him to be able to re-enter. So I know he can't go back to school, though, and play. But re-entering the draft is crazy, though, man. Somebody right here comment said he about to start a movement. He definitely is. Shrimp Life. Ohio Ties, what's going on with y'all? This right here definitely gonna start a trend, though, man. I want to say this is not the first time, though, we heard about rookies holding out, though. I want to say, I can't remember when the last time. Let me see. Oh, shit. I think he is the only rookie. Shout out to Big Jeff with the super chat. Appreciate it, Pop. Scrooston G. My people falling up in here. We got Shedeur Sanders news, y'all. Shedeur Sanders definitely has been balling in minicamp. Look at this, 75 yards. Shrimp Light said, forgot to get a pick at the live show, but next time, yeah, for sure, next time. Yeah, you was smacked you was smacked during the show, man, or at the end of the show. I waited around for at the end of the show. Fairfield Johnny was doing donuts outside and shit. I was outside with Keem, Illa, know what I'm saying, Mac Wop and everybody. We definitely had a chance to take one. Let me see, let me hold on, y'all. Phone wanna act slow. Here we go. Yeah, man, Shedeur definitely is making it hard for these other quarterbacks in that camp, man. He's balling out. And now they definitely got to move my boy up on the depth chart, man, because peep this. This is his stats during rookie minicamp. 3 days, y'all. 3 days. These are the numbers he putting up. Final numbers for Brown, Shedeur Sanders. In the 5 practices, they were open to the media. 41 out of 53 passing, which is 77.3%. 9 touchdowns, 1 interception. Sanders, 23, took most of his reps with the backups, but impressed his accuracy and precision throwing the ball downfield. Sanders stayed behind after practice the last 2 days to work on his passing mechanics, showing his motivation to improve his skill set. Training camp is up next for Sanders and the Browns. Sanders out there throwing darts. And this is with the backups. Okay, I think this is that 75-yard pass right there. Yup. Diming these boys up. Oh, that's the one pick he threw, and that was good coverage right there off a batted ball. And this is the QB tracker for all the quarterbacks that's on the depth chart, y'all. You got Flacco, 18 out of 35, 2 touchdowns, no picks. Sanders, 41 out of 53, 9 touchdowns, 1 pick. Kenny Pickett. Ooh, Kenny Pickett. 38 out of 63, 7 touchdowns, no picks. Dylan Gabriel, 48 out of 83. Damn. 8 touchdowns, no picks. He threw the most passes, probably a little bit more than 50% passing. Kenny Pickett, a little bit under 50%, or a little bit over 50%. But yeah, I mean, Pickett and Gabriel don't look too bad neither. Gabriel definitely being a shorter QB. Yeah, it looked like he about first round talent. It looked like he gonna take over that job, and if he do, that's good for him because he really grinded. You know what I'm saying? He really grinded. He beat these dudes out. You know what I'm saying? He deserved that. He earned that. And then it's good for the Browns because they picked him up in the 5th round. They're gonna have to pay him way sooner because he don't have a 1st-year option. I mean, a 5th-year option. But at the end of the day, I mean, they know they was going to eventually have to pay one of these quarterbacks anyway. So good for them, though. They get a 5th rounder for 1st-round talent. George Pickens is unguardable. Cowboys wide receiver George Pickens was unguardable during today's minicamp practice, hauling in 5 receptions during the team's period on a variety of routes. Nobody can guard George Pickens today, but Israel, Mukuamu on a nasty comeback route and had a couple more catches on the day too. You can tell he and Dak Prescott are starting to get comfortable with one another. Tommy Yorish wrote, Dak Prescott connection chemistry with George Pickens is already very, very well. The two connecting on several attempts that either included yak or a big downfield play. One deep ball that was caught in double coverage by George Pickens led CeeDee Lamb to yelling and dancing on the opposite side of the play. After the catch, it sounds like Pickens is already making his presence felt in the Lone Star State. Well, we already know George Pickens is good. You know what I'm saying? He was good in Pittsburgh. He's going to be even better in Dallas now. He got a quarterback in Dallas. You know, he got somebody to play on the opposite side of. You know, so now he can't be double covered because CeeDee Lamb is in that slot. He's on the outside. We already knew George Pickens was a beast, but hey, I mean, that's good to see. You feel me? But like I reported on Tuesday. Remember, let's go back to that. Let's go back to that note real quick. That's cool that he's unguardable. But remember that list of players that I had who was the worst in man coverage. 2 of those players came from Dallas. So, oh shoot, hold on. Let me exit out of here. Why it ain't opening up? Hold on, y'all. Let me fix this. Something going wrong here. Hold on, y'all. Let me get to it. Here we go. Remember, the worst corners in man coverage. Deron Bland, Trayvon Diggs. Now, granted, I know Trayvon Diggs not out there because he hurt and all. So, exclude Trayvon Diggs. So who's out there guarding this guy for Dallas right now? Is it Deron Bland? Let's look up Dallas corners. All right, you got Trayvon Diggs, Deron Bland, Siobhan Revel, Kalen Carson, Josh Butler. We know Siobhan Revel and Trayvon Diggs is not out there right now. So Kalen Carson and Josh Butler, Deron Bland, and probably some more guys out there trying to make a squad. So I say all that to say that's good that he's unguardable, but you got to remember he's going to have to play against some stiff competition in this NFC East. You know, we done picked up Trey Amos, who been looking like a star, they said, but Terry McLaurin not out there. He not guarding Terry McLaurin. We got Marshawn Lattimore. They said Marshawn Lattimore been looking good because he's healthy finally. You got them two boys at the Eagles. You got them two guys with the Giants and Drew Phillips and Paulson Adebo. And then they also got Deonte Banks, which he was one of the worst guys in coverage too, in man coverage too. But I just say all that to say is he's going to have some stiff competition over here in this NFC East. NFC Beast, the best division in the world. Another Shedeur Sanders. So yeah, this was yesterday, y'all, or 2 days ago. Browns rookie quarterback Shedeur Sanders was efficient during his today's minicamp practice. 10 out of 12. 83%, 2 touchdowns. Just give this man a starting job already, man. Well, they can't because training camp is coming up. So training camp is going to be more practice. It's going to be longer practices. And then they're going to be in full gear. You know what I'm saying? So then it's going to be where they playing tough. Because right now, all they doing is installs right now. All they doing is installs. Everybody's running at probably 60, 70%. Nobody's really giving it they all unless you somebody out there trying to work your way onto the team. Those are the guys who out there doing the most. But everybody else is pretty much coasting around. Y'all know I like to give y'all stuff like this when I give y'all news. Give y'all some facts.
Let's go.
Hey, Shorty, you better hold on now and get back in there. I will kick your...
LT, let's go.
NFL then and now. Look at LT, man. Ray Lewis. Ooh, Steve Atwater.
All right, Bo, let's go, baby. That's a dog pile, baby.
Ooh, Sean Taylor.
All right, ladies, what you got?
Crazy. Man has time changed. More Cowboys news. Cowboys quarterback Joe Milton III has made a strong early impression on head coach Brian Schottenheimer. So excited about Joe. I was excited about Joe before we got him. From the time he's been here, the work ethic is incredible, Schottenheimer said. The talent speaks for itself. He's just an exciting young prospect that I think the sky's the limit for. Milton, 25, was a perfect 10 for 10 during today's team period. Milton showed more accuracy, 10 for 10 in team period. Had incredible deep throw to Jalen Cropper. Okay, Joe Milton. I think he's eventually going to take Dak Prescott's spot, man. Because if you look at it, he can do everything Dak Prescott does. Dak Prescott is check down Charlie, throw within the numbers, throw the he can throw the occasional deep ball, but he's no longer mobile no more after breaking his leg. Joe Milton, I feel like, is bigger, stronger, and faster. So let him get the offense down. Let him get better at his accuracy. It's going to be by Dak Prescott in a year or two if they can keep Joe Milton around, for that period of time. Because if they don't sign him to a contract, let me see, what Joe Milton got how many years on his contract? All right, so it says a 4-year, $4.2 million with the Patriots before getting traded to the Cowboys. Cowboys acquired Milton for a 5th-round pick and a 7th-round pick. Milton contract with the Patriots. Now the Cowboys guaranteed $183 million over the next 3 seasons. So the Cowboys got him for 3 more years. 3 more years. Dak Prescott got about, this is Dak Prescott, first season under his new contract? I know he got his new deal last year. He still had a year on that contract, so his new contract taking place this year. They're going to let him ride out this year, maybe next year, before they get rid of him in that contract. Yeah, y'all listen to what Shrimp Life said, man. Make sure y'all go ahead and like that like. But yeah, I think Cowboys is on a Cowboys is in a good position. I mean, you got Dak. You know Dak gonna win you some games. Dak gonna put up some numbers. Y'all gonna put up some points. Y'all definitely gave him 2 good targets, 2 Pro Bowl targets, all pro targets. Joe Milton is going to be right on his heels trying to take his spot because Joe Milton is definitely like that. You feel me? He played in the SEC, so he's not a stranger to hard competition, playing against teams like Alabama, LSU, all them. Georgia. So I give it about a year or 2, and then once Joe Milton contract look like it's about to be up, it's about to be a quarterback competition going into that camp that year, and shit, Joe Milton can beat him out. Dak Prescott can be traded, because I'm pretty sure in a couple years his contract is probably front loaded right now. Let me see Dak Prescott. Let me see. See if I can see Dak Prescott. Oh no. Can't give it to you here. He said he's the new Cooper Rush. Oh, come on, man. He can definitely take Dak Prescott spot, bro. I think he's gonna be a little bit better than Cooper Rush. Cooper Rush ain't moving like Joe Milton. Scrooston G said, "Oh, what you think about the Texans picking up Nick Chubb?" Oh, so I talked about that a couple days ago. Scrooston G, I like that move for them. I like that move for him. You backing up Joe Mixon. Good 1-2 punch. come in and give you, them red zone yardage. Bring him in there. I like that a lot. I think C.J. Stroud need that. Definitely like that move. I'm always liking the move the Texans. The only move I didn't like is, I liked it for us. I hated it for y'all. Is when y'all traded Lermy Tunsil. That's the only move I didn't like for y'all, but I loved it for us because we needed it as well. But I didn't like that for y'all because I felt like y'all need all the linemen y'all can get to make sure CJ be CJ. But we shall see with this new line y'all got now. 20 out of 21 passing. Titans quarterback Cam Ward completed 20 out of 21 pass attempts during today's practice, including a stretch of 18 consecutive completions. Damn. Ward was intercepted early by linebacker Cody Barton, but bounced back in a major way. Shout out to Cody Barton because he's hooping on every team except for the Commanders. The interception was during an early 7-on-7 period on Ward's third pass of the day. So, what did Ward do? He completed his next 18 passes in practice, including 6 of 7 in a 7-on-7 and in a perfect 14 of 14 in team periods, making him 20 out of 21 of the day, Jim Wyatt wrote. It was Ward's best practice this off season. Okay, Calvin Ridley. All right, remember y'all, we talking about this completion rates and all this. All of this is install though, man. They not really running at full speed. They not really going like they will be in training camp, 101 drills and all of that. They are barely doing that, but they doing it at a light pace because dudes is out there getting hurt, i.e. Noah Brown. Noah Brown for my Commanders went down with an injury. It hasn't been any update on him yet, but they said when he went down holding his knee. He threw his helmet. You know what I'm saying? He got up on his own, walked off, but then had to be carted off. So with nothing, we probably going to get an update when I get off of here. With that being said, I think he done tore his knee up. I think that might be the end of Noah Brown's season. So for that right there, we might hear something from the league because we're not supposed to be playing at full speed. Everything is supposed to be lightweight. You're supposed to be installing. Right now it's installing. Everybody is learning the playbook, learning the plays. You see Deebo Samuels is going viral because people saying he looks slow. He's learning the offense. It's an install. He's not running full speed. Let's see him. We know what Deebo look like running full speed because the Eagles be scared to tackle this nigga. And Deebo always been 215 at wide receiver, even though he's only 5'10", 5'11". Saying he ain't never been no thin wide receiver. He always had a little bulk on him. I'm going all in. Jameis as a veteran quarterback. Come on over, Cam Jordan. Saints veteran defensive end Cam Jordan would like the team to trade for Jameis Winston. While Tyler Shaw and Spencer Rattler battle for the starting job, Jordan thinks a reunion with Winston will make sense. Jameis? If I'm being non-biased, Jameis, there's Russell all over there. They got Jackson Dart, my guy Jameis. Come on down. It makes a lot of sense. Winston, 31, signed a 2-year deal, $88 million with the Giants. Could be dealt before the season due to the team's crowded QB room. Jameis, oh no, he was just with Cleveland. I was about to say Jameis was just over there, but no, he was with Cleveland after leaving the Saints. I mean, him going back to the Saints would make sense, especially over Tyler Shaw and Spencer Rattler. But Spencer Rattler, I seen him play with my own 2 eyes, and he wasn't too bad. I seen him play when we went to New Orleans and we played against them. They started who was the Jake Hayner. They started with him. They pulled him out. They put in Spencer Rattler. Spencer Rattler came in balling. So he got a little spark to him, man. You know what I'm saying? I watched him a couple times at, I want to say, where was he? South Carolina? I know he done went to a few schools. I like his competitiveness, though. Philip Fry says he blocked, catches, runs. Sad to see him go. Man, that's all I'm saying, man. That's all I'm saying. Like, they gonna see. I got all type of people sending me that Debo clip. And then I had to send them the tweet that George Kittle put out. He was like, man, this is practice. All he's doing an install. If you ever played any football from how far back can we go? I'm gonna say high school. Shit, high school. Once you learn in the plays, you're not going full speed. The 49ers should look into trading for Dolphins star wide receiver Tyreek Hill, according to Mike Florio. For now, Hill has a $28.296 million. What is this? Oh, unallocated bonus money that will hit the cap. A pre-June 1st trade means all of it lands in 2025. Okay. A post-June 1st trade limits the 2025 dead money to $12.728 million, with the remaining $15.568 million landing in the cap in 2026, Florio wrote. It all comes down to whether a team is waiting for the calendar to migrate past May before making a call, and more broadly, whether another team is interested in taking Hill's contract, which pays out $25.85 million fully guaranteed in 2025. Do the 49ers need him? Who the 49ers got? Jennings, Pearsall. Not sure who else they picked up. Who y'all got? Philip Fry. Who's on that wide receiver depth? He said Debo Wash. Ohio Ties. Remember you say that, cause he always going crazy on Philly. Definitely gonna see. Before the 2025 season, where each team stands. We got contenders, we got playoff calibers, we got not there yet, bottom feeders. Oh, Demarcus Robinson. Oh, I like Demarcus Robinson. So contenders, you got the Chiefs, Lions, Ravens, Buffalo, Philly, Commanders. Playoff caliber, you got the 49ers, Green Bay, Steelers, Cowboys, Broncos, Buccaneers, Rams, Texans, Vikings, Bengals, Chargers. Not there yet, Bears, Patriots, Falcons, Jets, Cardinals, Colts, Dolphins, Seattle, and the Raiders. Bottom feeders, got the Browns, Jacksonville, Carolina, New York, Saints, Tennessee. I can get with this. I think Falcons can be playoff caliber this year, though. Falcons can be playoff caliber. Shit, I think the Bears can be playoff caliber this year. Ohio Ty said my receipt from last year was near flawless. What you have on your bingo card last year, Ohio Ty? Because I know you done had no Commanders doing nothing last year. He said, "Oh, y'all got T.O.'s son? Damn, T.O. got a son in play? Nigga, I'm old as fuck now, bro. I'm starting to watch niggas' sons play." Here's a new look of the Chargers' new patches on their jerseys. Chargers head coach Jim Harbaugh implemented jersey patches to recognize both teams and personal accolades such as All-Pro, Pro Bowlers, team records, and playoff appearances. I just like a resume. It kind of reminds me of the General has different patches and playoff appearances. Captains is on there. If they have any NFL records or Charger records or important awards, Men of the Year, All-Pro, Block of Granite Award, Harbaugh said, someday they'll be able to put that on the jersey and frame it and put it on the wall. Say something really good about themselves and what accomplished as a pro football player. I like that. Why not put that on a helmet, though? You know how you have the stickers on the helmet? Why not put that on the helmet instead of putting that on a jersey? Because you're going to run out of room on that jersey. Just say if you Walter Payton Man of the Year, you a Pro Bowler, All-Pro. You got 2 records. That's 2, and you a captain. And you got to have the team sponsor patch. That's too many patches, bro. Put that shit on the helmet. But let's take a look at it. Right here, you can see that's Khalil Mack. You see Justin Herbert. That's too much, bro. It's a good idea, but those too big of a patch for one. Too big of a patch for me. Man, put a sticker on the helmet for all that. Look at all this. Oh, okay, Suave. Well, that's good to know. Said, yeah, we getting up there, ho. Damn, I remember when T.O. came to the league, bruh. As I brought up earlier, Commanders wide receiver Noah Brown was carted off practice field moments ago, went down during the 7-on-7 period, throwing his helmet after being helped to the sideline. So we still ain't got an update yet. I know Dan Quinn had a press conference I fell asleep on earlier because, shit, I just got off of work at 7 o'clock, so I ain't been asleep. I only slept for like an hour or 2. So I got to go back and check that out and see if he said anything about it. Carly Ursay-Gordon, who was just named the principal owner of the Colts, explained why she is on the sideline with a headset and a call sheet during the game. I need to be able to say, is this person full of BS? Do they even know what they're talking about? It is such a complex A complex organism. I thought it was something else, y'all. It's such a complex organism, a football team, and how it operates. You can say, oh, that person ran that route wrong. Then you learn, oh, someone tagged the wrong receiver. And it wasn't really a player's fault. It was a person who called it, Ursay Gordon says. Ursay Gordon says other NFL owners should be just involved on the sideline. I would suggest for anyone else that has to pay coaches, general managers, millions and millions of dollars, it helps make a less expensive mistake potentially. Look like she's standing on business, bro. She look old and mean as fuck. Look at those eyebrows. She look like one of them evil women for one of them evil movies. But yeah, this ain't the best picture right here. She look like an old, scary motherfucker. My boy, Scary Terry. NFL insider Albert Breer says things between Terry McLaurin and the Commanders weren't in an awesome place, but it has a hard time believing both sides won't come to an agreement. I have a difficult time believing that the Commanders and McLaurin won't get something done. McLaurin was too important to what Dan Quinn and Peters and Jaden Daniels accomplished last year. McLaurin's investment in getting once a proud franchise turned around is too deep. Maybe this month or next, cooler heads will prevail, and McLaurin will be on his third contract as a Commander. We gonna pay this man. This nigga ain't going nowhere. We gonna pay him. He's too important to us. And if y'all was here on Tuesday, just 2 days ago, I told y'all this dude would not last long in free agency. I read out his stats. Know what I'm saying? He had 143 tackles, 80 solo, 5 tackles for loss, 2 interceptions, 6 pass breakups, 2 forced fumbles, 2 fumble recoveries. The next day, he was picked up by the Las Vegas Raiders. Raiders are signing former linebacker Jermaine Pratt to a 1-year deal worth up to $4.78 million. You know what I'm saying? Raiders got them one. Raiders definitely got them one. If we didn't have Bobby Wagner, I would have definitely said, Commanders, go get that man. But, you know, we got old man Bobby Wagner. Bobby Wagner is still putting up the same kind of numbers. And Bobby Wagner is 5 years older. You know what I'm saying? 5, 6 years older than this guy. So, Bobby Wagner is the leader. But definitely, Raiders got them one with this guy right here. This is the minister of the defense right here. He can get that defense together, especially, you know, that middle tier of the defense. Y'all already got Christian Wilkins and Max Crosby. Adding him right there, it's going to be a tough defense. I just got to see what that secondary going to look like. Chargers rookie running back Omarion Hampton is already turning heads in camp, with the OC Greg Roman calling him the total package. LA is impressed with his vision, gap awareness, and overall burst. At 6 foot 220, Hampton clocked a 4.46 40-yard dash at the combine, and his production backs up the hype. 2024, 1,660 yards, 5.6 yards a carry, 15 touchdowns, 38 catches, 373 yards. 2013, 1,504 yards, 5.9 yards per carry, 15 touchdowns, 29 catches, 220 yards receiving. The Chargers believe they got a real weapon in the backfield. So, look, they signed Najee Harris in free agency and then turned around and drafted him. And now I'm hearing that Najee Harris may not even make the team, which is crazy. Najee Harris might not even make the team, or he might even be traded by preseason. That's how much work this kid is doing. That's crazy. And then I might go see the Chargers one of these days. You know, when they open up training camp to the public, you know, they them and the Rams, they have joint practice. I want to say every year they have a joint practice in Irvine. I might go see them play, might go make some content. Know what I'm saying? Once they open it up to the public. I know Pun gonna be there for sure. More Cowboy news, man. We starting to hear some things cook up over there in Dallas. Turpin training at running back. Cowboys wide receiver, kick returner Cavante Turpin has been taking reps at running back during minicamp. Turpin remains an option out of the backfield under Brian Schottenheimer. He saw multiple snaps at running back today and took a carry outside left, Nick Harris wrote. Turpin, 5'9", 153 pounds. Damn. I was that in the 8th grade. Reaches a top speed of 22.36 miles during a 64-yard touchdown reception. Now, I ain't never ran that fast. 22 miles per hour. God damn. Against the Texans in Week 11, the fastest speed recorded by a ball carrier in 2024. Damn, especially with the ball in your hand, running 22 miles per hour, I'm not a person who can run that fast with the ball in my hand. If I run anything 15 miles per hour, the ball is coming out by itself. Turpin has already proven to be a dynamic playmaker with the ball in his hands, so playing running back will give him more opportunities to be a game changer. All right, so I can see this dude coming in on third downs, being that good change of pace back, definitely catching passes out the backfield, giving him a good a quick toss, you know what I'm saying, or even a read option play. Know what I'm saying? This dude definitely is fast as shit. Know what I'm saying? I just, him playing Dallas, that kick return where he do the reverse spin and then he shake Jeremy Reeves out his fucking boots, break his ankles, and then once he fall, he just take off and there's no catching him. Like, this dude definitely got some get away from the cop speed right here. That's definitely gonna be a problem. You know what I'm saying? We got bigger, we got stronger on our defensive line for running backs, but I don't know if we got any faster. And him bouncing out 64 yards, that might be a problem. Oh, damn, I can't open that. Trent Williams. 49ers All-Pro left tackle Trent Williams, who turns 37 in July, says his goal is to play into his 40s. I would love to make it into that special group, but if not in my cards, it's not in my cards. I'm going to do everything physically possible. I'm going to stay engaged, Williams says. It's one of them things to where I'm going to do everything possible to play as long as I can, Williams said, and to put on a good product of football out there. And then, when it's not going my way, then I know. But I could play until I'm 41, who knows? But that is a goal of mine. I'm definitely going to retire with some left in the tank. That's crazy too, because they showing this picture right here. It's not really a good picture of Trent Williams. This dude trains his ass off. I'm not sure if his belly that big. You know, it's been a long time since he's been in a Washington jersey. He could have put on some more weight. But this dude right here is an athletic freak for a left tackle. You know what I'm saying? His workout is crazy. His workout is somewhat like Aaron Donald's. I definitely can see him playing into his 40s. He don't have a bad injury history like that. I know he went through some things last year. He went through some injuries. He had, the death of his child. So, as long as his headspace is cool, Trent Williams definitely a play in his 40s. I definitely miss him being in that burgundy and gold, though. Somebody posted a video of him, his highlights in burgundy and gold, him going at it. No matter of fact, it was him versus DeMarcus Ware, and he was getting the best of DeMarcus Ware. And this was prime DeMarcus Ware, and Trent Williams, I want to say, was in his second year, and them dudes was going at it. And I see the reason why they call him the silverback, but shout out to Trent Williams. Definitely miss him in the burgundy and gold. Definitely a Hall of Famer already. Once he put them pads down. Is that it? That's my last one? That's my last one. Trent Williams. We're going out with Trent Williams. All right, and we at that hour mark. You see, DJ thought he was going to do the same. His welcome to the league moment was getting smacked so hard he had to roll to the sideline, start throwing up. All right, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button, man. I appreciate y'all that's up in here. Shout out to my boy Suave. Suave, I'm gonna be on that game. I should be on that game later on. What's tonight? Thursday? Yeah, probably later on. Once I get home from dance practice and track practice and all these damn practices. Yeah, I should have time to be on that game. So I hit you to talk about that gaming content that we was talking about. But yeah, y'all smash that like button, and then to the next time I got enough stories to give y'all, man. I'll see y'all on the next one.